Hi, Impact Community One. How you be? I'm so excited to be home. I feel fantastic. This has been an amazing day for me. I had a great stepping into my being moment at work today. Turns out that some ball was dropped between the time that I left work and the time I came back to work. And ultimately, it wasn't really my issue to claim. However, I was a part of the problem, so I decided to become the solution because no one else was even stepping forward. And this was dealing with a higher level person, and I have always tried to be a person of integrity. And I figured, this is a great moment for me to actually step into this and do what I intend to do moving forward in the office. So I just double checked so that I wasn't making any assumptions, and I made sure that there was no communication done in my absence and that no action was taken. And I immediately reached out via email because we're in a virtual setting. So if it weren't in a virtual setting, I would have marched over to this fellow's office, which would have been extremely uncomfortable for me, but I would have done it anyway. So I drafted up an email and essentially I said, I virtually stand before you as a person with zero credibility because the ball was essentially left in my court and I dropped it on you. And, what we have here is a major failure to communicate. And rather than make any excuses or even offer any main explanations, because he knew that I was out, he got the response from my email when he asked what was going on. So I said, let's talk about how we can fix this. And I said, when you get in, because I start way earlier than most people, I said, when you get in, feel free to give me a call and know that I intend to make this no longer be an issue, not only for me, but for my team. And I'm not the manager of my team. I'm actually the bottom member of the food chain in my team. But sometimes I think if management doesn't take control of the situation or even recognize that there's an issue, that there's not much that they can do about it. And we really do have a very serious communication problem. So I can just be an example. I know how to communicate. I know how to be impeccable to my word. I know how to be a person of integrity. So I'm going to just show them, and I'm not going to be on the sly about it and do it sneakily. I'm going to do it loud and proud. And so I did. And when this fellow came in, he called me and he said, "Where did this email come from? Did somebody yell at you for dropping the ball?" And I said, "Oh, no, nobody even put a second thought into that ball after I left. It was my ball to pick back up when I got home, and nobody particularly cared about what happened in the meantime." And I said, and this has to stop. So I'm going to be part of the solution. So, I offer you my sincerest apologies that we left you hanging for a week and a half, but, A, how can I fix this now? And B, how can we move forward in a better standing with you? And he just said, "Well, I just wanted to make sure that nobody yelled at you for this," because he said, "You've always been good support," and so on. And he just, I think, was kind of flabbergasted that I was unapologetically taking control of the situation. And it felt really good. So I was really happy about that. But really, I didn't come on here to talk all about my work day. Both work. What I wanted to talk about actually is that I had this really cool vision last night, and I can sort of consider, bleh, I have so much energy, my mouth isn't working fast enough, which is very unusual. So I haven't had a, wow, I had a vision, and I consider it a vision when it doesn't seem to be directly connected with the activities of my day. When it's a little more obscure, then I consider it a vision. If it's a dream for me, then it's either way out there, totally whacked out, totally science fiction stuff, or it's just kind of me sequencing what happened during the course of the day or week or anything that I'm trying to remember, I tend to dream about. Also, in my dreams, I tend to know who's in them, but never actually see them. I can feel their presence, but I don't have like a movie reel in my dreams. My dreams are my dreams. I guess this is just the way my brain works. But in this vision, and this was actually a little bit different for me, but in this vision, I actually saw faces, and I was present too. And so it was kind of like a replay of an event. It was more like a memory than a dream, if you can even recognize that there's a difference. For me, there's definitely a difference. But anyway, to make a long story even longer, the vision was that Community One was gathered in a fire circle, so a very large fire circle. I'm thinking probably about the size of the one at the short ropes course. I really am apologizing for my rented mouth. I'm so excited. I'm just really having a hard time keeping my lips out of the way of my teeth. But anyway, so we all of us were at the fire pit. Let's just say, for example, at the short ropes course. And we were actually in the fire pit. So I have a prop, because I love props and metaphors, because they make understanding what I'm seeing in my head a little bit easier for other people to see. But so imagine this, if you will, that these popsicle sticks are people. So I'll move my fingers a little bit so you can see it. So this is the fire pit, and these are the people laying in a pit of ash. Okay. And what happened during the course of this memory, vision, dream thing was we all kind of experienced a reverse order of our trust fall. So without assistance, we all individually rose from the ashes, and then we stood along the edges of the fire pit, flickering like luminarias, until everyone was pulled out. And it was like when we were pulled out, it was almost like we had the belay rope attached to a harness that was around our chest, low on our chest. So almost like sternum level was where the pulling force came from. But we did actually come out plank style. So exactly like a reverse of the trust fall. And we all just filled with this light, and that's what was causing us to flicker while we were standing around the outside edge of the fire pit. And when it was my turn to get pulled out, it was for me, it was like the final step of letting go of the old story. So you may be thinking, and I'm getting there, that this was like the Phoenix moment for all of us, that we were finally just getting rid of everything, doing that final detox and burning up the old self and being born anew, coming out of the ashes, being the phoenixes that we are, and then just being present while everyone else received that light and was drawn into their new life. So when I woke up this morning, I was just like, Oh man, that was deep. So I knew I had to do a video because I was just like, this is so awesome. I can't handle keeping this to myself. I need to share this with the group. So here I am, sharing it with the group. Oh, and by the way, you guys just spent a week with me and I was sick as a dog all week, but how's this for a more energetic me? My beingness is way the hell up there now, y'all. Life is good. That's all I have for you for now, and I will be posting again soon. Be well. Bye.